Okay, so good evening, everyone. Welcome to the session. I hope you had a good weekend over there and good exams as well. So today's topic is Press Council and Press Commission of India. Very interesting topic because it's like हमने पढ़ लिया कि we started that what media do, how media do, and how relevant is it. Now the need to know that there has to be some kind of governance, there has to be some kind of control that has to control the operations of media basically. So we are going to study some organization that was made by the government of India to control the government, to control the press actually. Okay, so first let's understand the the need for the press regulation in a democracy. India is a democratic country, we all know. So everybody is free to express under the basic right of freedom of speech and expression, and similarly press is also very much free. And therefore a free and responsible press is essential in democracy as it acts as a fourth pillar. We all know that media serves as the fourth pillar of democracy because of which just a minute because of which it ensures that the people who are working in the government have transparency, and the citizens are informed about each and every decision that are made above. So that's why press regulation is important. In India, after gaining independence in 1947, needed a strong and independent press to support democracy. Now we have studied in the previous sections that how press played an important role to get freedom. There were a lot of newspapers who played a very important role. The radio, even all the mass communication, all the mass medias played a very important role for to gaining democracy. All the freedom fighters used it. Now after independence, what happened? The government was made, and they realized that they need to have a certain set of rules through which they can have a good control over the media, and that can go hand in hand with the democracy. So there was a need to protect journalists from government control and corporate influence as well. So what happened ki the journalists at that time who used to not get a lot of wages. They were not given that much value, and they were exploited a lot, and there were no fixed working hours and all. So there were several things that came to the limelight for the government, and then they thought, let's make a body that can actually control all these things, because you know that a president of India or prime minister of India cannot directly control all these small and petty issues. So they formed a commission which is called Press Commission. They formed the first ever Press Commission of India, which played a very important role in formulating all these rules, right? So from the perspective of exams, it is very important. Also from the perspective of you being mass communication student, it is important to understand that there were two press commission mainly, which was formed by the Indian government. The first one was made in 1952. Please make a note of it, that it was established in 1952 to study the status of press and suggest measures for its healthy growth in independent India. And this particular press commission was acted in 1952 till 1954. It looked into legal provisions, management, control, ownership, and the financial structure of the press. So they decided that this is the minimum wage that should be paid to the journalist, and there should be minimum hours for which journalists should work, and all of these things and criteria were discussed in press commission of India. Justice J.S. Radhakrishnan was the first chairman of Press Commission of India, and the most important thing that the first Press Commission of India formulated was the Press Council of India, that is PCI. It was formed in 1966, which became the watchdog of press freedom and ethics. अब जैसे you know that press act as the watchdog of the democracy of the government, similarly Press Council of India acted as the watchdog of press freedoms and ethics. Whether your newspaper is registered, are you not are you not telling the fake news, or there are some boundaries that you have to follow. So the Press Council of India was trying to make sure that all these things were in control. Okay, so this was all about the first Press Commission of India. Then came the second Press Commission. When this need was when emergency happened, after the upliftment of emergencies, there were a lot of control. Sorry, I mean during the tenure of emergency, there were a lot of control on the media, that what the government was trying to circulate information. They were totally trying to control the press. But this arise there. This is the time when the need of second commission of press commission of India was needed, and finally it was established in 1978, and it was established till 1982 after lifting of the emergency to examine the responsibilities of the press in democracy. So it was recommended that the press council be given powers to deny press accreditations, like कौन से लोग newspaper चला सकते हैं, कौन से नहीं चला सकते हैं. So there was a set pattern that was made. There were some rules that were made that you have to follow these particular rules. Only then you will be able to launch a newspaper or a channel or a radio station, right? Then also I wanted to make this note that the first press commission of India was made under the leadership of the first Prime Minister of India, that was Jawaharlal Nehru, and the second was made under the Prime Ministership of Morarji Desai, right? The second press commission of India, and it was headed by Chairman K.K. Mathew. He was the chairman of second press commission. He reinforced the importance of ethical journalism and the role of PCI in maintaining press integrities. So what happened? PCI ban gaya. There were things that were happening according to them, and there were certain organizations that was not following rules. But with the enforcement of this press commission, second press commission, it was made there. Some rules were made mandatory so that you can, the body can encourage press freedom from corporate and political influences. Now, we also studied in the past sessions that there are some kind of corporate controls and there are some kind of political influences as well on the press, which try to control the flow of information, the flow of news, right? So PCI made sure that this doesn't happen. It should not exploit the journalist or the profession as whole, right? So this was the main thing, that just understand the gist, that there were two press commissions of India. One was launched in 1952. Second was established in 1978. You have to remember for sure the chairman name of these two particular chairman of these particular press commission. इनके तो पक्के से याद रखना है, because questions have had come and question might come in future exams as well. इनके years and of course the chairman of this particular press commission, ये पक्के से कहीं पे लिख लो, and because this comes often, that's why. Okay, so we also noticed that first press commission made made PCI possible, that is Press Council of India. So it was formed in 1966. It was based on the recommendation of first press commission, which was from 1952 to 1954. It was legally recognized under the Press Council Act in 1978. Press Council of India एक organization बन गई, एक autonomous body बन गई, but it was legally recognized under the Press Council Act 1978, which defined its structures, powers, and functions as well. To the basic functions of Press Council of India are to protect press freedom while ensuring that journalism remain ethical and responsible, because we know that sometimes under some pressure news can be bifurcated, fake news can take a toll on general public. That's why PCI is still trying to make sure that press freedom is in the era of press freedom, journalism remains ethical and responsible. The second main important function is to prevent media malpractices, biased reporting, and sensationalization, right? Just to gain TRPs, fake news should not be promoted, sensational news should not be promoted, right? The third function is to maintain public trust in journalism and uphold high standards of reporting. The people of India should also, आजकल जैसे we treat media, especially the current generation, they don't give such importance to media. In this particular era, it is very important that journalism is a very respected profession, right? It's a profession that gives you information of the whole country, of the whole world. So it should have some standards and they should follow that channel. Still, due to some organization, due to some other factors as well, information get compromised on certain level. So that's why PCI main function, one of the main function is to maintain public trust in journalism and uphold high standards of reporting. I hope it's clear. Just remember similar thing, the year of Press Council of India, and you have to also remember that who is the current, there are around 15-16 chairmen of Press Council of India. You have to remember, the first and the latest at least. So the latest one is Justice Ranjana Prakash Desai, right? So now you are going to tell me who was the first ever, I think it's not written here. Yes. So you have to tell me who was the first ever Press Council chairman, Press Council of India's chairman, first ever. Quickly in the chat box. Okay, we have the first answer. Rajadhyaksha, no, he was Press Commission, first Press Commission's chairman. I am asking about first chairman of Press Council of India. Now, don't get confused between the Press Council and Press Commission. Press Commission से निकला है Press Council, right? Press Commission ने recommendation दी कि Press Council of India बनना चाहिए. That's why. ठीक है? So tell me quickly who was the first ever chairman of Press Council of India. I'm giving you liberty to search it on as well. I know that you must not be knowing this. So I'm giving you liberty to search it and let me know that who was the first ever chairman. I can tell you the latest. I will write in the chat box. You can note it down. Yes, J.R. Madholkar. Very good. So you can note, everybody can note it down in your copies under this section only, that the first chairman of Press Council of India was J.R. Madholkar and the current chairman is Justice Ranjana Prakash Desai. Okay, current chairman is Ranjana Prakash Desai. Now, why there are some kind of number of people that are supposed to be, part of this particular committee. So the Press Council of India is composed of 28 members in total, representing various stakeholders in journalism. So the first one is chairperson. Chairperson is usually retired judge of Supreme Court. So the two names that we have just spoken about are the retired judges of the Supreme Court. They are appointed by a committee including the Speaker of Lok Sabha, the Chairman of Rajya Sabha, and the representative from the press, like a very well-known journalist. Then there are other members also, 5 from Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, then who are member of Parliament, of course, 6 from editors of newspaper, major newspaper of India. Then we have 7 as working journalists who are currently working as a journalist, so that they can understand the situation of the journalist as a profession. Then we have 6 from the owner and managers of newspaper, so that they are media houses, they know what is going on inside and outside, right? Then 4 from education, law, and cultural backgrounds. So different people from different parts, different fields, so that they can also relate and they can also give their suggestions for whatever terms and conditions are made under Press Council of India. So this question also comes that how many members are there in Press Council of India? So there are 28 members, right? Everybody should note it down that there are 28 members, chairman, 5 from Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, 6 from editors, 7 from working journalists, 6 from owners and managers of newspaper, 4 from education, law, and cultural background. Just make a note that all these particular people form Press Council of India. And always the chairman will be the retired judge of Supreme Court. Okay, we have come to the assessment part. Let me just revise. I hope I was clear on these topics. If there is anything you want to ask, then let me know so that we can start the assessment part. So we started that there are two press commissions of India. First came in 1952. Second one came in 1978. The first was chairmaned by Rajadhyaksha. The second was chairmaned by, tell me, the second press commission was chairmaned by K.K. Matthews. I'm also trying to remember, and luckily I remembered. Yes, so it was K.K. Matthews. And then first press commission se aaya Press Council of India. Yes. first press commission से आया, Press Council of India. It came in 1966, and the first ever chairperson was J.R. Madhulkar, and the latest chairperson is Justice Ranjana Prakash Desai. Okay, all right. I hope everything is clear. Revision is done. Now let's start the assessment part. So the first question, I want everybody to be, on their tips so that they can read the question aram se. Just observe the question. And who was the PM when the second press commission was made? It was Morarji Desai. Morarji Desai. Okay, the first question is, which of the following was the major recommendation of the first press commission, that is 1952 to 1954? Which of the following was the major recommendation of first press commission? Answer is B. Okay. Wait a second. Yes, absolutely right. The answer is B. We have answer from Selva, Ankit, and I hope Prachya knows the answer. Okay. The second question is, when was the Press Council of India officially established? Press Council of India officially established. Nope. Wrong answer. 1966. Absolutely right. It was established in 1966. 1978 में तो second Press Council of India आ गया था अंकित. So just make a note that you correct this information, right? Okay. The third one. What is the main function of Press Council of India? Regulating electronic media content, granting license to newspaper, acting as a watchdog for press ethics, or imposing fines on unethical news channels? Just carefully read this question and then answer. Okay. Yes, very good. Everybody's right. It acts as a watchdog for press ethics. Very good. Now the last one. Who appoints the chairperson for the Press Council of India? Prime Minister of India, President of India, a selection committee consisting of Speaker of Lok Sabha, something, and the final Chief Justice of India. Who does this? Tell me the option. It's C. Yes, absolutely right. Yes, it's C. Okay. I think we have come to the end of this particular section. Still, I want everybody to note 2-3 things more, because maybe in the future section, I'm going to cover those part as well. There are 2-3 more important acts which are important, from the perspective of policies that are made under this Press Council and all the regulation thing. So the first one is Cinematography Act. You can just write down the topics as of now, and then I'll explain in the next class about these act. I'm writing in the chat box. The first one is Cinematography Act. It came in 1952. Then we have Prasar Bharati Act, 1997. And then we have RTI, that is Right to Information. I hope everybody knows. It came in 2005. So this I'm telling you from the perspective of exam only, because all these laws, all these acts are related to media, right? That's why they are important, and they can tweak the questions, and they can ask you the year, or they can ask why this came, who was the chairperson. So especially they asked, it's kind of favorite question of UGC chairperson and all, so that you can remember. Achha, we discussed in the past session that I think I just vaguely remember that I told you to research on the folk dance of Karnataka. Anybody searched that folk dance of Karnataka? I think this is a very old homework that I gave you and I forgot. Anyone? Folk dance of Karnataka. Yes, Yakshagana. Very good. So because I'm just asking and making you remember, because this is a question that has come regularly in past 2-3 papers. Like, I don't know why Karnataka is favorite of UGC, but they have asked it, that Yakshagana is the folk dance of Karnataka. You should also remember the folk dances and all, of course. Ma'am, 1978 Press Council of India Act I think it was enacted. I might be wrong. I also have to check. You can check. Otherwise, I will let you know. It was enacted for sure. Okay, so I was telling you about the folk dances. So Prachya and we were discussing before we started the class. I told her to make small notes of all these things like folk dances, years, books, newspaper and all. These are all freely available on the JMC website in the quickie section as well. And there you can note down all the list of folk dances, folk performances, and there you can revise. I to suggest you from the very first class, you can note down in a paper and stick it on your wall so that aate jate you can read all these things and it stays in your mind as well. Okay, so we have Aryan. Hi, good evening, Aryan. Welcome to the class, but you are pretty late. We are about to wrap up the class only. Okay, so we studied about Press Council and Press Commission of India. Is there any doubt related to the topic that we studied today? You can just ask. You can let me know in the comment box if there is any question, anything. Any question, students? Anything you want to ask related to the exam also, or any confusion? So I think you all are pretty clear with the topic. Just make sure you revise all the dates. Ma'am, I forgot what. Okay, you can just make I'm just telling you ki whatever confusion you have about press council. What do you tell about press council in 1966? Okay, press council was, the recommendation was given in 1952, but finally legalization was given in 1966. So press council of India started its operation in India in 1966. This is what I was telling about. Then press council, sorry Pracha, I'm not able to understand. What are you saying?
Ma'am, I was asking that actually was press council ever re-established? Like I searched it right now and it was showing in 1979 it was re-established and some of the acts were passed.
Refresh. So this happened because of the emergency factor, right? We also in this particular slide only we studied that in second press commission ki jab zarurat aayi. Just give me a minute, no? I'm so sorry. So in this particular इसके पीछे स्टोरी ये है कि जब इमरजेंसी आई ना तो सारे एक्ट्स खत्म हो गए थे, सारे एक्ट अबॉलिश कर दिए गए थे प्रेस से रिलेटेड स्पेशली, और उस पे बहुत हाउ डू वी से दिस दैट उस पे बहुत सारे रेगुलेशन इम्पोज कर दिए गए थे. देन आफ्टर द सेकंड प्रेस कमीशन इट वाज अगेन रीएस्टैब्लिश्ड एंड अगेन रीइंफोर्स्ड. सी द थर्ड पॉइंट, it was reinforced so that press integrity could be maintained. I hope I'm clear. Okay, Ankit has come up with the new information that it was enacted in 1978, but it was established in 1977. I guess this is the information. I will also get you a verified information, and in the next class, I'm going to clear it. All right. Okay. Thank you so much for your attention. I hope you enjoyed the class. And then let's join at 8:20 for the next session. Thank you, everyone.